Hi, everybody. My name is Mr. Scioscia, and I'm one of the teachers of AP Macroeconomics, in along to Mr. O'Byrne. AP Economics is a course that is open to all Mamaroneck High School seniors during their senior year. And some of the things that we cover are scarcity, comparative advantage, supply and demand, inflation, unemployment, and GDP. Right? AP Economics is a college level introduction to economics course. And so the things that you might study if you were to take it in college, you will get in the high school setting. Some other topics, some kind of more fun and engaging topics that we'll cover are the 2008 housing crisis. And we also always try to make connections to recent issues in the worldwide economy. Okay. In class, we do a lot of graphing, right? We do a lot of graphing where we draw shifts of different curves, and we also do a lot of practice problems. But we also do really fun things like simulations. We read articles when it's relevant, and there are always clips that we can also play, and so we watch clips as well. In terms of a time commitment, I would say that macroeconomics is a medium level time commitment, right? Every homework is assigned pretty much nightly. Homework should probably take the average student 20 to 30 minutes to complete. Homework involves practicing what we've learned in class that day or previewing what's to come in a future lesson. It might come in an ed puzzle if that's the case, but most times it's just kind of like a worksheet that kind of practices what we did in class. And in addition to homework, outside of class, students are expected to study for concept quizzes. In the beginning of the year, we will explain the concept quiz system to you, but concept quizzes are relatively frequent, and so outside of class, you've got your homework responsibilities, but you've also got the time that you're going to spend studying for those concept quizzes. In terms of finding support, going to your teacher is the best way to find support. Going to your teacher and asking them questions, ask them to explain certain things is the best way because oftentimes that occurs in a one-on-one or a one-on-two or three setting where it's a much smaller group. It's much more intimate. So I really recommend you do that. But you also have to do the homework, right? If we're learning something in class and we're assigning homework to kind of really make sure that you're mastering the material at home, like you got to do the homework in order to do that. So please, please, please do your homework. Like I said, there are tons of great resources on the internet. Khan Academy is one. In terms of like why you should take this class, in terms of the fun activities, right? We've got tons of fun activities, right? We do practice problems, but practice problems are not the most fun thing in the world. What it is fun is we hold seminars. We have a seminar on the merits of a free trade agreement. We hold simulations, right, trying to demonstrate the concepts of inflation, where everybody gets money and we see how the price of candy rises. But in terms of certain units that are truly, truly fun, we put the 2008 recession on trial, right? It's a great time. And we also do something called the Fed Challenge, where students kind of look at monetary policy and try, like, based on certain economic scenarios, right? So those are things that are really hands-on and engaging that students really tend to enjoy. Having a basic level of understanding in terms of economic concepts is important. But the most important reason why you should take this class is because of its application to current events. Economics can be connected to current events all the time, right? Economics is always in the news, either implicitly or explicitly. And by taking this class, you'll be able to make connections to what is going on in the world around you.
Hi, I'm Fatima Khan, and I took AP Macroeconomics in my senior year of high school. I chose this class because it focused on a topic that I hadn't really studied or explored in any way, like deeply in my other classes previous to that point. And I thought that macro would be a really great class to take because it kind of focuses on concepts that you can utilize in your everyday life, regardless of whether you study economics in college or beyond. I thought it would just teach really good broad concepts that you can utilize like in your everyday life. Some issues I faced once we kind of got into the material a little bit and moved beyond introductory concepts was how concepts like interest rates really interacted with each other in different ways, and had a lot of ramifications for all sectors of the economy. So it's sometimes a little tricky to understand how each different concept connects with each other and also acts in the real world as opposed to acting in a textbook. And it was really helpful to like practice those concepts in class and go to office hours and stuff like that. And another thing that was really helpful was applying those concepts to real world situations, because then if you could remember how concepts behave in the real world, you could kind of better understand what the textbook material is saying. Preparing for the AP exam was mostly involved doing practice questions, memorizing formulas, and refreshing concepts that we did earlier in the year. And my class did a lot of prep in class for the exam. So I wouldn't say that it was a ton of studying outside of class. And I felt pretty prepared for going into the AP exam. I would advise students that want to take macro to remain open minded, because there is a lot of debate in the class. So I would advise them to remain open minded to learning new things and hearing new perspectives and connecting those opinions back to real world situations.
Hope you're excited for AP Macroeconomics. More introductions obviously to come. Please sign up for this class. You will certainly enjoy it.